Welcome to Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Automobile Dealers Association.
Good day, everyone. This is Jason Wilson, president of the Kentucky Auto Dealer Association, and welcome to another edition of Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of KDA. And we're excited to be coming to you today to provide an update as it relates to our electronic registration and titling program that has been in pilot status here for the last several months as we work towards things with KVIS and the clerk's office and everything else. So I'm very pleased today to have from Vitu, Zach Newsom and Stephanie Riddle, and to have from CHAMP, I have Chris Keller and LT Slater also making up this panel, because we want to give you an overview both on the dealer integration aspect of things and then on the county clerk aspect of things and what things can look like moving forward as we continue to roll this out. So thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate the time, and let's just jump right into it here. So Zach, let me start with you. I know you've been working with a number of our dealers to date. We've had some early hand raisers to kind of get things going and pilot this program. From your perspective, how are things going so far, and where do you see this going as we move forward?
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Right now, we went through a little beta period where we did some testing and things, kind of figured out all the bugs, transaction-wise, things like that. And then as we're opening it up in August, we learned a lot from that beta, but we also, the great thing about August with the launch is we're going to have a full line of products. So there's going to be, all the plates and everything like that to make it seamless so everything gets done, all at once. But those are some of the things we worked out in beta and got fixed. So we're really excited to be able to offer the full suite of products now. So they're able to do everything digitally. And then, it's as we start to go into this new phase in August, we're really excited. We've had a lot of interest from the dealers, so we were getting them signed up, and really just excited to get it finally going with the full suite of products. So
yeah, and when we talk about the full suite of products, Stephanie, from your perspective, that really is talking about transactions, correct? The type of transactions that we are able to do currently from the dealer perspective.
That's correct, Jason. In the pilot project, we had limitations. However, we have made advancements throughout this pilot project, as most recently as being able to do plate transfers, which was huge. And that opened up a lot of opportunities for additional transactions, bringing on dealerships in August.
And what kind of feedback are you guys getting? And Zach, Stephanie, either one can jump on this question from the dealers so far. I mean, it's been a few months, and really and there's been a lot of ebbs and flows of this project, but what's been your overall feedback from the dealers that have participated to date, and what their long view is of this program moving forward?
Stephanie, do you want to answer that one, or?
Sure. As far as the dealers who participated in the beta, my feedback that I've heard is their account executive is the software is very user-friendly. They love the instantaneous receipt of their transactions to the county clerk's offices. And their overall feedback of the system has been positive. So I feel like bringing on the new dealerships will have the same, if not similar or better feedback.
Right. I mean, now that we're through sort of these transactions in that trial period, the fact that it's been opened up, they could do more transactions. I know earlier that was one of the challenges is they couldn't really do a lot of the things, so they would sort of have to pick and choose when they would use this program. Now, with things being opened up, it is expected to move forward much quicker. Zach, was there anything else you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I did want to add. I was just going to say too that one of the feedback that we got too was with our system. It's super. So a lot of times, new things. You get a little worried. Is this going to learn a new system and everything? But ours integrates with all the DMSs. So a lot of the feedback was just how easy it was, because it pulls the information over for you from your DMS, and you're just basically at that point putting in a few different things, but most of it's there, but just the ease. So it's
Right.
it's very, very simple, user friendly. So that was good to hear back that, everybody's a little on edge with the new product and everything like that going into a store, but they were happy with it, the ease of it.
Excuse me, as I battle this cough here. Good. Well, that's all good feedback here. I appreciate that from the dealer perspective. Now let's move to the other part of this equation, which is equally as important as it takes two to tango here. And we're talking about Kentucky Transportation, the clerk's offices. And for that, with Champ, I have Chris, Keller, and LT. LT, let's start with you from the clerk's perspective. What kind of feedback are you getting? And we are looking at rolling out this further into additional counties. Maybe you can speak to that a little bit as well.
Sure. Well, I'll let Chris handle the information as it relates to the rollout and what the plan is from here.
Okay.
As we've gone through the beta period, similar to identifying issues that needed to be overcome with a smaller group on the dealer side, it's really the same thing on the clerk side. We spend a lot of time in discovery so that when we engage with the clerks, we're providing for them the things that they need, but invariably you find that there may be some minor gaps. So over this period of the beta, I think we've been able to identify and rectify any issues in giving the clerks exactly what they need to be able to perform their jobs as efficiently as possible. I think we've overcome all of those hurdles. And so those folks who have been part of the clerk steering committee, the ones who are giving feedback to the overall body of clerks on the program, I think we've gotten to a place in which they're in total endorsement of rolling this out broadly throughout the state. So I think we're in a great place with the clerks. And again, the feedback has gotten to a point in which they say, hey, everybody should be getting on board with this because it's going to make your jobs easier and help you.
Well, that's a huge statement. That's a big thing because obviously anytime you bring something new out and there's trepidation, there's hesitation, and frankly, it's not like Cavis hasn't had some issues early on, but everything seems to be progressing in a way which should work well for everybody. I know we work closely with the transportation cabinet, as you all do, and communicate pretty regularly. So with that, Chris, let's talk about sort of what the rollout looks like, for these other counties and what dealers can expect.
Yes, absolutely. So that engagement and partnership that happened between the clerks and the dealerships in that beta phase really set us up and teed us up for this full state launch. And August 5th is the go live date. So August 5th will be the date that KY ELT is available in all counties. And it's open enrollment. So all counties will be able to use the product at that time. We're going to move into a small training session. So as the dealerships in a rolling way roll on to by region, roll on to using the product, the counties will follow suit. So starting, I believe it's August 7th, we'll have region 1 of dealerships, and that'll be communicated to all the regions and dealerships. That region, the counties in that region will also simultaneously go live. So there'll be, and we'll have support, there'll be support on the ground, on the clerk side and on the dealership side to make sure the rollout goes smoothly. But August 5th is the day, and it depends on the counties. So there's 2 types of enrollment, obviously. So those counties that will be receiving the dealer submissions electronically, they'll be live, and then the lien filing only counties as well. So just depending on what county does what, whether they submit and accept the full dealer submission or they're just filing the lien, all counties will be available to use the system.
Excellent. I mean, again, we're progressing here. This is very exciting. We do have a rollout map, and we'll ensure with this communication that goes out by the email that you all will be able to see what that looks like as we have broken state down in regions as far as how this is going to go. And talk about the training briefly, Chris, as well. I know there's a lot of training going on with the clerks that you're coordinating. I trust that is there's high hopes for that, and some enthusiasm based on getting that training in the clerk's offices.
Yes, absolutely. And the beauty of this KY ELT system is that it is really easy to use. So the training is fast, simple. Once the county is onboarded and checks that training box, they're ready to go. We also have on the ground support if it's necessary to just help walk those first few transactions through. So the training is simple and straightforward. Those counties that have already been trained, just basically from day one are able to use the product.
Fantastic. So, folks, this is happening. We're really doing this. We've been talking about this coming for years here in Kentucky, even well before my time here. But now it's coming to fruition. We're bringing it forward, and I would encourage any and all dealers that are interested in moving forward with this to start reaching out and go through that application process, which is fairly simple, and we can get you on board. Zach, anything else you want to add on the Vitu side as it relates to the dealers and moving forward before we sign off today?
Yeah, just in closing, I would say that, for all the dealers to know that when we come in and we work with you, we now have, Stephanie's an account executive, boots on the ground there in Kentucky. We also have a second one, Jessica. But, when we do this, we come in and we really do all the heavy lifting. We just make sure that you have all the things you need. I work directly with you to get, the integration with your DMS and anything that we need, we help you and we make sure you have points of contact so we can get it done. But definitely support 100% for the dealers now, especially now that we have the account executives there. So it's very, very, very simple to get signed up and get started. So
great. I appreciate that, Zach. So in closing, I would tell all of our dealers who receive this, it's 2024 in Kentucky. It really is. And we are modernizing. We are moving forward. We're excited to be a part of this process. And we'll look forward to working with you as this continues to progress. Thanks for your time. Should you have any questions, simply reach out to our KDA office, and we'll look to connect you with the folks that can answer any questions for you. So thanks again for this panel for joining us today, and we'll see everybody down the road.